Ooh, Karen. Ooh, Karen, you were drunk, boots. Hey, y'all. Listen. Oh, my goodness. Karen Grand Dame Huger. What an absolute hot mess. I can't say that I'm shocked, but it's worse than what I imagined, right? And I may snicker here and there, but this is a very serious issue because she could have harmed herself or others who were innocent. The fact that her car caught on fire while they were standing there talking to the police, oh my goodness, Karen. And this entire season thus far, you've been saying the truth will come out. Well, it sure in the hell did. Are you not embarrassed? Oh, and I am a person of grace and mercy, so I'm not poking fun at Karen, right? Because if I was talking about her wig being slid back to the back of her head. I'm not doing that. But it is so, Karen is 60 years old, right? She's old enough to know better and rich enough to do better. At least that's what she tells us. She tells us that she's rich. She even said it in the midst of her drunken stupor to the police officer. I'm rich, I'm wealthy. And what's interesting to me is that Karen is 60 years old. She has children. She's lived life. And apparently she's been living it wrong. It just goes to show y'all and everyone else. It's a reminder, because we already know this, especially those of us who are adults. We already know that there are people who are show flowing and step toeing. They are telling you and screaming to you that their life is fabulous and magnificent and it's all this great, but baby, behind closed doors, it is hell. I listened to what she said on those videos, talking about she's in a loveless marriage and that, he's never showed up for her. And she said something to the effect, this is the most stunning thing I've ever done. I think she meant stupid. Based on, and let me say this, a drunk tongue speaks a sober heart. That woman don't like Ray. That's why she kept saying, I'm rich, right? Because she said, but I'm rich, right? You're in a loveless marriage, but you're rich. And here you are drinking your life and health away, being the town drunk because you're unhappy. And it's so sad because, what's popular, the sprinkle movement and all that, and soft life. And there's nothing wrong with Black women wanting to be softer and not wanting to be stressed and things of that. There's nothing wrong with that. But the true issue is that no one talks to these young ladies about the truth. How many of these wealthy stay-at-home housewives do you all have to see spiral out of control to realize that ain't the lifestyle for you? Why would Ray be some type of romantic lover boy? You married him when he was older. You were younger. The stamina is not there. And also, maybe that's not his personality, but one thing I will say is that when your drunk ass crashed and careened off the side of the road, he was there trying to assist you. He didn't have to. He could have said, you know what, Karen, you out on your own with this one. And I'm not taking up for Ray. I'm not saying there aren't things that he could have done better, right? Because he said he didn't know if he loved you, but if he didn't know if he was in love with you. That has to hurt. It has to hurt 100%. But if you're this unhappy to where you will put yourself in harm's way and others, heavy on the and others, then you need to leave. Y'all got a child together? Or what does that prenup look like? Because you have all this advice for Ashley, right? And everyone else, but what does your prenup look like if she has one? I couldn't imagine Ray not having one, but it's possible. It's possible. This incident makes me think, why didn't she have a driver take her to and fro? And because she didn't, it just makes me think that there is something that she is doing that she doesn't want Ray to know. It could be cheating because she's in a loveless marriage. Let her tell it. It could be. That's a strong possibility. She could tell Ray, you know what, I'm going shopping with my good girlfriend. I'll be back. And she going bar hopping. Or she's going to hop on something else, if you catch my drift. Because there's no reason why a rich woman should be out here getting knee walking drunk. I had a law school professor say that he was like, the reason why a lot of law school students aren't successful is because Thursday through Saturday they get knee walking drunk, and then they try to study and catch up and recover from being drunk on Sunday. He ain't never lied. But no, Karen gets knee walking drunk, and then she decides to get behind the wheel of a car. Again, this is her second DUI. Now, I don't know the time gap between the first one and the second one, so I don't know. I could have did my Googles, but I failed to do so. But still, it's her second one at the big age of 60. And this entire season, she positioned herself as if she was innocent. She never said those words, but that's how she positioned it. And she also kept alluding to that she had an emotional break. And that's possible, but to me, that didn't look like an emotional break. It looked like drunk. It looked like drunk boots. That's what it looked like. But she could have. You know, Karen lost both of her parents in rapid succession. That couldn't be easy. I lost one, and it is a difficult process. Not going to sit here and lie to you. So in that respect, I do feel badly for her, but that doesn't give you license to go out here and get behind the wheel, stonewall drunk, and drive, and to the point where you careen off the side of the road and crash into a tree and your car busts into flames. It's horrible, because something worse could have happened to her or others. And that's the key part here, is that there were innocent people driving on the road, and you could have harmed them as well. If you're that unhappy in your relationship, it's time for you to leave. I almost quoted Trey Songz, but we ain't quoting Trey Songz around here. Y'all know a song, I don't want to leave. Y'all know. But no, seriously. It's time for you to leave. And then the other comment she made, I'm Thomas Jefferson's concubine. Who? I own a plantation. Ma'am, what? And see, again, that sober heart comes jumping right out, because when there were those of us who tried to tell you there was colorism on Potomac, and y'all weren't trying to hear it, or you were saying, oh, Karen doesn't have anything to do with that bullshit. She didn't make that comment that Wendy, wasn't a good fit for the cast for no reason. I don't care what y'all say. Karen just covers it well. Right? Thomas Jefferson's concubine, baby, they're going to tear her. They are going to rip her a new one at the reunion, baby. I'm just going to sit here with my popcorn and see what happens. Because you sat up here this whole season. Well, we're not over, but this entire season thus far, the truth will come out. It surely did, ma'am. Oh my goodness. And it was horrible. It was worse than I could have ever imagined. Ever. And then you getting out the car, stumbling, knee walking drunk again. And you say, I'm lit. No, baby, you weren't lit. That was a whole boom, an explosion. You're more than lit. When the police officer said, she said, I should have taken a cab. He said, or an Uber. You should have done something. And that's the issue, is that you are so busy trying to tip out on Ray that you couldn't even make sure you were safe. Because if you're so wealthy, it takes you nothing to hire someone to take you to and fro, to carry you to all of your happenings. But see, you don't want to do that, because you know that what you're doing is inappropriate. And even if it's not cheating, right? She could just be bar hopping. No, ma'am. And far be it for me to diagnose anyone, but Karen has an unhealthy relationship with alcohol. Dare I say she's an alcoholic? Because we've heard Giselle and Charisse call her the town drunk and accuse her of going overboard with alcohol. And then even this season, what did Mia say? Mia said they were out, they had been drinking, And Karen admitted that she got behind the wheel of a car, but when she realized she was too drunk, she pulled over. What? So you could have technically had a third DUI. Actually, that could have been the second one before this one even came around. So you have a habit. Now you have an established pattern of this. Now we know this is something that Karen does. She drinks and then she gets behind the wheel. And you don't, and that's the thing, she doesn't have to, but she does. And that's the scary part of it. I just don't know what else to say. And, not too heavy on the attorney, because I see some of y'all then comment on what type of attorney did she have. Whoa, that attorney is partner. I'm just going to let you know, the legal profession is one of the most sexist and racist. And black people don't climb the ranks to partner, right? If they aren't excellent, because they had to be 1,000 times better than all those white attorneys. So not too heavy on him, because when he appeared on the show, he seemed like he had some sense. Because notice, he didn't say anything when he got on camera, because he's an attorney. All that other crap you see with Ashley Darby sitting down with the attorney, that's fake. Not the attorney. The attorney is, I'm sure the attorney is licensed and everything. What I'm saying is that that's fake. No attorney is consulting their client over legal matters on camera. If I'm telling my age, but remember when Fantasia had a reality show on VH1? There was an episode where she went to go consult with her attorney, and I believe that lady was located in New York. When she saw Fantasia walk in with the cameras, she stood up and started quoting New York law about attorney-client relationship and things of that nature, and kicked them and the microphones, all of them, out of her building. The only person that stayed unmiked was Fantasia. And that is true. When Karen's attorney walked into her house, he might have said good morning. He said, I'll talk to you when you get in the car. And you notice all those cameras and mics were ripped. So he seemed like he had some sense, but also I can picture Karen being a very difficult client. I'm pretty sure she gave Ray and that attorney hell. I'm almost sure, because anytime you say the truth will come out and those tapes exist, you got an issue. Karen has an alcohol issue. She has an ego issue. She has a pride issue. And Karen is not living the life that she portrays. All of that tongue kissing you were doing with Ray at your rented house is to cover up for what you don't have. And me, I don't really believe a lot of rumors that are started on the Housewives show, because I know that they say salacious things about each other out of anger, or to, I'm going to top this person, I'm going to be the best shader on the show. I know that they say things in the vein of entertainment, right? But now that we have these tapes and, you start to put the puzzles together, maybe there was an old blue eyes floating around that you was tipping and dipping with that you didn't want Ray to know about. Okay. Listen, Karen, all bets are off now, because if I'm noticing these things, excuse me, and if I'm asking these questions, guess who's going to ask them at the reunion? Oh, nosy ass Andy Cohen. Okay. He's going to point out everything you said in those tapes about you being in a loveless relationship, about you being Thomas Jefferson's concubine. So I'm going to tell you now, Karen, you might as well exit stage left and save yourself the embarrassment, because you have the habit of wanting, I'm going to face it head on. I'm going to soldier up. Don't soldier up, boo. Stand down. Do not soldier up. Stand down, because he is going to rip you a new one. Andy is probably someplace in his office with a pile of cocaine next to him. And he is probably ferociously writing out the questions he has for you and you only. I can guarantee you that. So good luck. I can't wait to see this reunion, because this season has been boring as hell. But now we've got action. Now we've got action. It's just so sad. It's so sad to see our Bravo celebrities go out this way. But you know what, Karen? Sometimes your chickens come home to roost. And not in a bad way, but, well, no, actually, oh my goodness, You were the same person that called HR on Candace talking about you wanted to get her help. You should have been calling on your damn self. So yeah, your chickens have come home to roost. Absolutely. I just remembered that. You had the nerve to call on her talking about she needed mental health help. Well, what the hell do you need? Thomas Jefferson's concubine. Y'all, that's it. Now I done made myself mad because I don't like a hypocrite. I don't like a phony person. And that grand dame is a cover up. Right? And oftentimes these reality TV personas or personalities, they become something that they aren't. They try to live up to being this shady reality TV character, and they're not that. And now look at you, talking about Andy Cohen calls you the grand dame. You better hope Andy Cohen's still writing you a check after this foolishness. You better hope you still a free woman to enjoy this check, which I think she will be. You know, I think they're going to take it easy on her. She might have a fine or some months of probation. I don't see them giving her 2 years in prison, but they could. She could absolutely be sentenced to that, and she would deserve every penny of it. She want to serve her time and somebody else's, okay? So listen, y'all let me know your thoughts. I'm not going to beleaguer the point, but y'all drop down, let me know what y'all think, and I will see you all later. I know I promised you all a Potomac video, but Potomac has been boring. I'm not motivated. Like, what should I talk about? I'm just not motivated, especially with Mia and her antics. I'm not motivated, but let me know if you want me to talk more about Potomac and specifically what you would like me to talk about, because it's been so boring. And I will see you all later. Mwah. Bye.